got a fucking Jeep Grand Cherokee. Yo, it was my car. I like it, okay?
Yeah, and on top of everything, he likes the car.
I love it.
And I'm like, yo, let's just trade it in.
That is the biggest, I don't know, man.
I like
You know
There's
what?
this like fad around Cherokees.
It works for me.
I like the design of the old Grand Cherokees.
Okay, so
I
if
don't
it
like
was
the
an
new Grand Cherokee.
SRT, okay, it's a different story. But you go one with a 3.6.
Or a Trackhawk.
We were
Or
thinking
Trackhawk
about
would
family,
be
bro.
nice.
We're thinking we don't buy cars for fun anymore. We buy family, bro.
You know,
We think about
family would have bought a nice
families.
Honda CR-V, a Pilot, you would have been great.
Listen, y'all make more money than me right now, so just let me be, just let me get to that game.
I think your car costs same as my car.
Let me get to that
I'm
game.
not paycheck to paycheck is more money than you. Just kidding.
Okay,
right, welcome back.
Let's start. Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back.
To the Sim and
Sing.
Show.
Oh, we should do it together. You do Sim, and then I'll do Sing.
Okay, Sim and
Sing.
Show.
Yeah.
Tarian.
Today we have one of your friends,
Sukhjinderjit. You wanna go with your real name, or you wanna go with
Sukhjinderjit
your
is
doggy
fine.
name? Is that what they call it? The
What's your
doggy
doggy
name?
name?
Your nickname?
Pet name.
Pet name.
Pet name.
Nickname.
You guys picked that.
Lorenzo. That's Italian.
That's Italian, yes.
You're from Italy, eh?
I was born there, yeah.
Born, raised?
Raised there.
Where?
Milan.
Oh, ladies.
Why did you come here?
Business opportunities.
Can you speak?
We moved during recession वेले आई सी गया
अच्छा.
2009 से recession हो रही थी, like worldwide recession, especially Europe was hit very hard.
Yeah.
So we moved आई सी गया as a family.
Family, guys.
Yeah.
You guys, what's your family business?
We have a motel.
Motel?
And we're building a restaurant.
Is that how you got your immigration here, or business
No,
visa?
Dad came on work permit, so he worked as a butcher first.
Oh, okay.
And then
got
had to
into
do
the business?
through 2-3 years, and then invested in a business.
Okay. Family's been here a long time?
Yeah, it's 2009.
Nice. Winnipeg?
Winnipeg, yeah.
The whole time?
Well,
Small town, Beausejour first.
Beausejour.
Is
That's
where
what,
I
north-
went to high school.
Northeast, right?
Northeast, close to like
Yeah.
Lac de Bonnie, Pinot area.
That's not bad. It's a nice area.
Redneck town.
Pregnant that way.
Yeah, imagine.
So what do you do now?
Now I own a automotive financing brokerage.
Yeah.
So it's
You've been in the auto world for a while?
Since the age of 18. My first job was at a dealership and never left since.
So you've been in the car game and you know everything. That's why we were talking about cars before this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Your bad choices in cars, you mean?
especially his bad choices.
Listen, we're impulse buyers. Our whole family is impulse buyers. We literally walked into the dealership. We're like, oh, that's a nice car. Hey, Mac, you like it? Yes. Okay, sign the papers. Let's go. Literally the same day. we didn't even test
Seriously?
drive this thing.
Oh my
Well, I mean,
goodness.
this guy grinded me for 2 months about a car. But then
Yeah.
he claims he's an impulsive buyer.
No. You were doing the research for us. He was the research guy for us. But then
So you bought a what? You bought a Jeep Cherokee, right?
Grand Cherokee.
Grand Cherokee.
2024. So we were like, oh, it's brand new. Nope. 2 weeks into it, just don't buy a Jeep.
Don't buy a
Don't-
Jeep. That should be
don't
the
do
title
it.
of the video. Don't buy a
Stay
Jeep.
away from FCA.
Yeah, don't do it. We're still paying for it. Trust me. Like it's a year later,
And
and,
it's not-
our car's been in the. It's all warranty problems.
It's all warranty problems.
All warranty
It doesn't matter.
problems.
You're not driving it. What's the difference?
And now we're driving a cool Grand. What is it? Caravan. Family.
Soccer
We're soccer
car.
mom, dad here,
I
right?
bet it's sat longer in the shop than in your driveway.
Yeah, it's been more in the shop than it has been in our driveway. Anyways, let's get back to this.
So we're here to
conversation.
talk about car finance and some pitfalls, I guess, the newcomers face
Yeah.
in Canada.
And we're about to find out the truth as to why so many of us can't get approved for mortgages and shit.
Yeah.
Apni
So what's the
community
biggest issue, I guess, when
I find the biggest issue is for apne is a co-signing on friends loans, right? ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆਪਣਾ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ co-sign ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ, but especially ਆਪਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ co-sign ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆਪਣੇ friends ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਦੋਸਤਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਹਨਾ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਕਿ ਮੇਰਾ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਦੇ co-sign, ਹਨਾ you co-sign ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਪਰ ਉਹਦੇ long term effects ਨਹੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ, ਹਨਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ co-sign ਸੋਚ ਕੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਚੱਲ ਇਹਦੀ help ਹੋ ਜੂਗੀ, but then ਆਪਣੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਲੈਣੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸਾਲ ਤਾਈਂ ਤੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਡੈਥ ਟੂ ਇਨਕਮ ਰੇਸ਼ੋ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਮੈਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਫਿਰ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਦੀ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਵੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਉਨੀ ਆਬਲੀਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਆ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਬਾਈ ਕੀਤੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਸੋ ਟਫ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਫਿਰ ਲੋਨ ਲੈਣਾ ਅਪਰੂਵ ਕਰਨਾ
Like in my opinion, you should, unless it's family, like co-signing is a horrible idea.
It is,
even for
100%.
like an apartment or something like that.
But ਲੋਕ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਯਾਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਰਦੇ, you know, ਯਾਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ,
Yeah,
especially the students.
ਯਾਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ doesn't pay the bills man
But then they get screwed over, and then it just becomes a problem. So when you guys look at purchasing or financing a vehicle, what is the first thing that you guys send to the bank?
So typically, we review your credit profile. So we have two main providers, which are Equifax and TransUnion.
Yeah.
The biggest downfall I see on people अपने credits also is late phone bill payments. It is huge. We don't think of it. We don't think too much about it. But when you finance a vehicle or anything, if you can't even prove you are able to make a payment on time on a phone bill, how are you going to get
pay a car off?
a car loan? Now you're looking for a $60,000 loan, but you can't pay on time $150.
What's the most popular car, I guess, that Apne buy? Like Chargers?
Charger, Challenger, Jeep Wranglers.
That's like the starter pack, I think,
That's
for
the-
Apne.
What's the highest interest rate they get on that?
So there is a prime and subprime. Prime interest rate, they start from 6.99 up to 9.99. Anything over is subprime, and they go up to 34%.
Like what, 34%?
34%
interest rate?
Interest rate.
The loki lende hai, but isn't that like borderline illegal almost?
No, it's right at the edge. It's what the bank are allowed to charge.
That's like a third-party bank.
That would be a subprime bank, so it'll be an actual lender. For example, TD Bank, they will finance up to 29% sometimes.
Wow.
Scotia Bank of Scotia do 22, 23, but then you have third parties like Lencare, 33.9%. Now, when you finance that kind of vehicle, you're stuck because 70% of your payment is just interest.
That is,
And you're not paying off no principal.
And what happens? Like, what's the term? What's the long term?
So the term, you can go up to 84 months.
And the principal doesn't start getting paid until a certain
Until the last 2 years. The first few years.
That's crazy. So, but do you like tell if somebody's buying a car at like, let's say, over 25% interest?
I tell them don't do it.
Really?
If it doesn't make
but
sense.
But they're so hell bent on getting this car that they'll just do it anyway.
Well, it doesn't work on every car. It's at that point the bank has more control on what you can pick. So obviously, at 25%, you can only finance a $20,000, $22,000 vehicle. Your payment's already sky roof high on that vehicle. So what happens? Typically, the bank will give you a max payment. This is what you can afford. We'll give you, let's say, a 700 payment call at 22%. So say 22% of that payment is interest. And then you're going to find a vehicle, and they'll give you criteria. Listen, you can only finance a vehicle that's 2020 or newer, nothing older. But then what you're going to get that's 2020 or newer, under 20,000.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I got a question. Because like when newcomers come and ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਵੀ ਹੈ, right? Whether student ਜੋ ਵੀ ਹੈ, they don't have an income right away.
Yeah.
But they are still able to get approved for a vehicle. How is that possible?
So that is, people usually provide us with information of where they work sometime, where they're getting their source of income from. There is this thing called the auto system approval. So when we submit an application to the bank, it'll automatically get approved without going through an underwriter. So that is how they get approved, where nobody actually takes a look at it. The credit is strong enough where it gets sent in and it gets automatically approved.
They don't look at the income?
Then it doesn't get looked at. It's a system approval, the computer approval.
Based on the credit check, probably?
Based on just the credit score and trend line. So if, let's say, your credit card is under 30% balances, you haven't had any late payments, and your score is good, it doesn't go through an underwriter. It'll just get systemically approved within 5 seconds.
For a certain amount? Like
No, actually, there's no
just
limit.
be for anything?
Just for anything. Depends on your trend lines and the score.
That's crazy. And you don't have to tell me, because obviously you guys' business is business, but there's so many dealerships. How does a dealership make money?
So how does a dealership make money? Let's say you sell a product, you have profit in it.
No, but obviously,
But they make the money off the
competition
car
is so
and the
much.
financing, right?
So financing, typically as a dealer, for example, my company, I'm providing a service. I'm brokeraging you between the bank and you. I'm providing a service between the two parties, right? So I get a commission from the bank called bank reserve. So they cut us off a little commission to make that happen, and then we, as a company, we also make money off of your products. Obviously, warranty, gap protection, right? It's a service that's provided, but like with any services, there is some markup in it.
So what is gap? Just so some of our
Gap
viewers
protection
understand.
is in the event you get into a car accident and your vehicle is deemed a write-off. And now, let's say, typically, you're here in Manitoba, we have AutoPack, MPI. Let's say you owe $60,000, but your vehicle in Black Book is only worth, you miled it up, and now your vehicle is only worth $40,000, and you're stuck with $20,000 balance. Gap will cover that balance for you.
Okay.
So
it covers
it covers the remaining balance, yeah.
Everybody gets Gap, man.
Gap,
No,
everybody's
especially
scared
in
of it.
Manitoba, you need it.
Gap is pretty like when you get it, right? It's expensive.
It's not
It's
cheap.
on valued on your car.
Yeah, it's valued on the percentage of the loan. It's a percentage of the loan you have typically. The other thing is AutoPack also offers Gap, but you're better off getting Gap from the actual dealer. Okay. Reason why MPI will only offer Gap up to 2 years with full replacement value. Meanwhile, the Gap product our dealership or my company will sell is throughout the entire term of your loan.
Not sure.
So when people come in to you and when you look at their credit and their credit is there a certain score that is like it's too low to even try to do the application?
No, we usually send it to the bank. We'll let the bank decide. I'm a believer in who am I to decline somebody without not even having a lender looking at it.
The reason why I ask is because a lot of if you drive into the city and you'll see on the right and left, you'll see dealerships, you'll see all these third-party dealerships. Because I'm talking like not like main dealerships, a third-party dealership, and it says all credits approved and all applications approved and stuff. How do they kind of determine that? Because what if like an 18-year-old that's brand new, right, goes into a dealership and just goes and picks up $100,000 car? Like, is there no control in that? Is there no?
There is. So what happens is that the statement is not wrong. Everyone is approved. Typically, we send in the application, and a lot of times you put 50% down of your loan as a down payment. You're going to get approved.
Okay.
Then you do an equity buy at that point. Right. So the statement is not wrong. Everybody's approved, but it's just different ways you can get approved.
Interesting. So they're just working around the system of like, okay, you can just do a higher down payment.
Yeah.
And then you can.
Yeah, I mean, it's no different than getting a mortgage, right? An auto loan, I think it's the second most expensive purchase you're going to do after your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, are you able to take equity from your vehicle and like, let's say somebody's in need of money, right? Can they bring in their vehicle loan and then take equity from it?
No, you can't.
No.
That is not legal.
That's not legal.
It's just because the value of the vehicle, right? Now you already finance a vehicle. You're already over a black book value over, right? Now you want to take money, add more
Against it.
money onto the loan and take cash back. You can't do that. It doesn't make sense on a business standpoint for the bank. You default on a loan, now the bank is stuck with a vehicle that's got a higher lien than what it's worth.
Interesting. So let's talk about Punjabi community. So अपनी Punjabi community ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਨਵੇਂ students ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਾਂ ਨਵੇਂ any newcomers ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, right?
ਹਾਂਜੀ.
What is ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ experience ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ notice ਕੀਤਾ ਵੇ in the worst scenario and then in the best scenario?
Credit card balances, maxing out too many credit cards. I've noticed a lot of students, what they do is they'll have $1,000 credit card and it's always maxed out, and late phone bill payments.
Okay.
I can't stress enough how important it is कि अपना phone da bill time not pay karo, because your credit score will fall. And it's hard to repair. Once you have a missed payment, it takes 7 years for it to fall off your Equifax, 6 years to fall off your TransUnion. So you go get a loan 5 years from now, the bank will still be able to see the missed payment for up to 7 years.
Wow.
Right, and that can affect a lot of things, even renting a place. Rent apartment, right?
Everybody checks credit, man.
Checks your credit, right?
That's horrible.
There's no way to reset your credit either, so you're kind
There
of
is
stuck.
no way. You have to
Unless
be,
you file bankruptcy, right?
No.
And then 7 years.
India
Bankruptcy.
जाके दोबारा immigration करके आ जाओ.
That's too long.
Too long. Not
That's
worth
too
it.
long. It's not worth the process. Okay, so let's say that somebody gets a brand new vehicle,
Hanji.
है ना? And 6 months down the road, now they're trying to either get a house. Will the loan of the car really affect your approval for your mortgage?
It does. So we have the bank look at TDSR, which is your income to debt ratio.
Okay.
Now they look at your obligation. You have credit card balances, अपने credit line हो गया, car ਦੇ loan हो गया, right? ਹੁਣ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ income ਲਾ ਲਓ 5000 ਆ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਦੀ ਕਿਸ਼ਤ $1,500. Then you have rent that you're currently obligated to pay $1,500. That's $3,000, right? How are you? That $2,000 is what you have disposable now. What kind of mortgage will you get approved for that?
Yeah, I guess the ratio doesn't work.
The ratio
right?
doesn't work. Chalo apan log, there is a lot of things like we have family that's working, we have a household, and you have 2 other people working. Ta apa kam chala lenya mortgage da pata apni tar jani hai, right? But from a legal standpoint, the bank area, it doesn't make any sense to them. So that is the reason why a lot of people get rejected for mortgages or they don't qualify. Right? So apna gaddi lani apna. I first always suggest you name onne sasti gaddi lavo, महंगी ना लवो, लोगों की रीस ना करो कि अन्य गड्डी ले, मैं भी इतना डी लेनी है.
अपने लोग की cannot stop doing reese.
I know.
The competition is too hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I am guilty of that. When I first moved here, I went. My friend bought a BMW, and I went with them. I saw an MDX. I was 18 years old. I saw an MDX. He gets the car. He goes to pick it up the next day. As I'm picking up, I put the credit application for that MDX. And the next day I pick it up too. And I was making minimum wage, but my payment was $900 a month.
Oh my God.
Right? I made that mistake.
Yeah.
My bapu had to take that loan and pay off that vehicle after. I was
Bapu's
18-year-old. I didn't know better.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem I find here, especially even for apne students, school high school, there is not enough education about credit. In high school, they don't teach you about credit. They'll teach you anything else but credit and how to build credit and how to keep your credit, right?
Yeah.
And how important it is.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, there's no actual class to learn about your, like, why you should purchase a credit card or not have a credit card. I had no idea.
No.
Had no idea. And most of the students that graduate from high school, that's the same problem. As soon as they graduate, they get a credit card.
And
And
they
the
max it
banks
out.
approve them.
Yeah, and you max them out.
Like, my bank approved me for a $5,000 credit card without a job,
You're
without
pre-approved,
anything.
yeah.
Pre-approved
You're
$5,000.
And you maxed it out,
And
just like I did.
imagine
back
you're in
then.
high school, you're just getting out,
And now you got $5,000. It's like, oh my God.
and then you go and just bottles, right? Like, that's what it is, right? So
Is that what you did?
I don't know. But the lesson is that it's just right off the bat they get you because they don't teach you any of it.
They don't teach you, and they should. It's very important.
I'm surprised it's not in the curriculums. Like, it's
No.
not in any of the.
It should be.
Right?
It should be because you're transitioning from being a teenager to an adult.
Yeah.
Right? And so many people screw up at the age of 18 and it screws you up for the next 7 years.
Yeah. Not just that, even taxes. Half these people, like you don't learn how to do your taxes. Like you don't know, you don't
Yeah,
learn
no,
how-
Taxes,
Yeah.
just basic financial well-being, man. Nobody has it.
Yeah, there is very little financial education in our community, not just our community, but generally speaking.
Yeah.
Very little financial education.
out of the education system in Canada,
In
right?
Canada, yeah.
Yeah. Because you just get slapped with it with life. Life will hit you hard when when your tax
You know
bills
what they
aren't
say
paid.
with Canada is a mitti jail, you know? They gave you so much money that you can't even leave. Now you're
Yeah.
stuck.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
True enough.
So bringing it back to the car world, just because we're gonna wrap it up here in a little bit, but with your business and when we talk about going to dealerships, like large dealerships, like
Yeah.
like all these, Waverly and stuff, right? Is it better to go to like a dealership directly, like the brand, and then, or is it better to go to a third party? Are you considered third
So,
party?
no, I am contracted. So I work with Winnipeg Kia, Winnipeg Hyundai.
Okay.
I have access to new and used throughout their dealer portal, dealer network, but as well I have an extensive dealer network throughout the city and Canada-wide. The benefit of, there's pros and cons, right? You go through an actual place at a dealership, you actually get to test drive, see the vehicle, and you do the full shopping experience. Meanwhile, with us, it's more tailored to your needs You don't have to leave your house. We bring the vehicle to you. You get to see the vehicle at your own place, make your own decision, and it's tailor based on your timeline. A lot of these places can be very high pressure. You go to a dealership and you see a lot of people wearing suits, and you feel like, oh my God, right? Meanwhile, with us, I kept a very relaxed culture. We dress casual. Like, this is how I'm going to my office often.
Yeah.
Right? And the other benefit is I can do custom orders, right? You tell me what you want, your needs and wants in a vehicle, what your range is, and I can sort one out Canada-wide and bring your vehicle that matches the exact expectations. Because a lot of time you compromise. You look at a vehicle, it doesn't have that, but okay, I'll compromise.
And you guys travel, because you've asked me a few times to come with you, but you go like Toronto to Vancouver.
Yeah, we
coast
do
to coast,
deliveries Canada-wide. So we have clients in Canada-wide. We operate Canada-wide. We deliver to your doorstep. So if you live in Vancouver, Calgary, Halifax, does not matter. We'll deliver the vehicle at no cost.
Nice. And what's the name of your company?
Drive Away Auto Solutions.
Drive Away Auto Solutions. Okay. How long have you guys been in business?
2 years now.
2 years.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Yeah.
We're feeling the recession. We see it.
Is there a recession? Like,
you know what? Believe me. I'll give you a little insight. The average Canadian, from what I understand by looking at credits, they borrow 180% of their income. So apne, especially not just apne, but people are paying minimum payments. They have so much debt where they're one check away from bankruptcy, and they're making minimum payments to stay afloat.
how does repossession work? Let's talk about that for a second.
So repossession is in the event you can't make payments. After, I believe, 3 months of missed payments, the bank will take the vehicle back from you. They will give you the option to get the vehicle back by paying the outstanding balance. After that, it will go to an auction where the vehicle will sell at the highest bidder, and the remaining balance you will be liable for. Now, it will reflect on your credit for 7 years.
As
A repossession, yeah.
Okay.
So once you get a repossession, typically you will no longer qualify for any kind of auto loan for 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
After
you're
3-4 years, you
or house.
or anything.
Or anything. Yeah.
Anything, right? Your credit will drop by at least 250 points.
What's the lowest you've approved somebody on a credit?
On credit, brand new, 1.99%. 1.99% interest rate.
Credit.
Low credit.
Credit, 390.
Wow.
390 with
How, Lorenzo?
with a bankruptcy on file.
What kind of car did they buy?
Do you ever feel bad?
No, actually, it was a great interest, 12.9.
Yeah, but like,
Well,
if you know the guy can't
person needs
afford
a
it.
car, they're almost like helping them like build their credit.
So at the end of the
At
day, you
at
have
that
to
point.
start from somewhere, right? It's you know what they say, it costs money to build credit,
Okay.
right? Nothing comes free.
Yeah.
So I tell everybody, listen, I usually tell them not to keep the loan for the entire term. What I do is a credit rebuild program. So sure, I'll get you into a 30% loan, drive it for 8 to 12 months. I will put them in a vehicle that I am aware that I'm going to be able to get them out in 8 to 12 months, where they have minimal negative equity. Obviously, there's going to be negative equity because you're paying a lot of interest.
Yeah.
And then we cut that interest down. So after 12 months, I'll upgrade you. We'll go from a car, then we'll go to an SUV. And then I'll cut that rate from 33 down to like 18, 19. Right? Once you show that you are responsible and you have been consistent in making payments, the lender is more eager to work with you again.
Right.
And then other lenders are able to see that. And then come around again, drive it for 8 to 12 months. And the same bank will reapprove you from 18 to 12, 13%. So typically it's on your fourth vehicle, on your fourth year, I can get you into a prime loan. But then it's not just that. A lot of people forget that they got to keep their credit card, phone bill, and everything else
Yeah.
on time too. Don't just focus on the car, okay, I'm just going to pay this on time. Because a lot of people, what they do, okay, meri gaddidi kaise jai jandi, I'm going to get a great rate, but they forget about everything else. And then you're just there. So we all have to start somewhere. Life happens, right?
Yeah.
Life happens. Everybody has a different situation, different scenarios, right? But there is resources, there is ways to help people get back on track. It takes time, but it happens. We can do it, right? We do also offer a very important credit bill another program. It's called Farber, where we will consolidate all of your loans, where they cut down your debt down to like 15% of what you owe, and make payments for. We can do a payment plan for up to 5 years, and if you pay it off before the 5 years, after 5 years it'll fall off your credit, and you pay very minimal debt out of pocket.
Okay. Yeah, that's good information right there.
Great information.
Before we end it off, anything you want to add? Let's just okay. If you can tell a young kid, an 18-year-old, something advice that you would do for car buying, purchasing a car, or somebody's looking for a car, what would you tell them?
Buy a Corolla, man. Don't go for a BMW, Mercedes, Charger. Corolla is the way.
Start off small.
Start off small, you know. There is no need to impress other people. You don't know other people's situation and families and what their financial status is. Don't fall for that trap.
Do you ever have like people come and be like, I want to purchase like a $200,000 car?
No.
So like people that are driving around in like Rolls Royces and like Ferraris.
This is when it's bad.
completely.
You single-handedly have to pick them up.
There are.
Yeah, but
But they typically don't need financing.
Yeah.
You know.
So don't go to your next dealership and try to ask for that.
Yeah, don't do it.
Anything else you want to add on before we head out?
Just be smart with your credit, right? Be smart. Don't co-sign for other people. I can't stress that enough. Think about your future. I understand a lot of times we feel bad. I'm like, Kishore, help you. We can help this guy. I can help him. But don't do it at your own expenses.
Yeah, so stop co-signing. You shouldn't co-sign anyways.
Yeah, don't co-sign.
Unless it's like your brother or sister.
Or your
family, blood, sister, parents.
Even then, be careful.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I guess don't do it for your
gotta be
spouse.
careful.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
Nope. That's
No?
it. Don't co-sign.
Yeah, don't co-sign. If you need any vehicle help, just information, whatever, contact my boy Lorenzo here. He's
Sukhjinderjit.
Sorry, we're not going with the Lorenzo. Okay, Sukhjinderjit Singh Padda. No, contact karo. All the information will be down in the bio, and we'll give you phone number and website.
Phone number, website. We have an Instagram page, credit application page.
Perfect.
Everything.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah,
That was great.
thanks for coming out.
Cheers, boys.
We'll give you guys all the bio. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please fucking hit the subscribe button and keep it subscribed.
And let me add one more thing before we go. We do offer a great referral program.
Okay, what's the referral program? Let's see.
If we have a family member, friends that are in the market for a vehicle, I pay $1,000 referral in e-transfer. So if they buy a vehicle, I'll give you $1,000 e-transfer the moment they sign their papers. And
there you go. Get on that business. If you're a kid, if you were 18, I would just be like trying to go get as many.
And if you
people
guys seen this video and come to us, we'll do a donation of $500 towards any charity of your choice.
Or to the show.
Or to the show. Sure, let's do that.
So we can pay our editor.
Pay him something.
So we can pay our editor.
Yeah.
Good?
Good. We're all good
All
here.
right.
Thank you.
We'll see you next on Friday.
Yeah.
Peace.